This isn't a very easy story for me to tell. In fact, it's making me angry, just thinking about it. However, I feel more than inclined than ever to tell you about this. Before I begin, I recommend grabbing a box of tissues and something to eat. You'll need a full stomach to be able to digest this story, I assure you. Also make sure to tie your shoes so you'll be able to run once you have finished. You'll soon find out why I'm telling you this. 3 years ago, I was browsing on Google, looking at weird pictures of Carl Plinkington marrying a can of soup. You know, that kind of stuff that makes people look up on a daily basis. Anyway, after a while, I clicked on one of the potatoes, which led me to a proper dodgy looking website. The website was called Bikes for Mikes. There was a small video in the center of the screen, so I clicked on it, only to get treated to a video of a fat, hairy biker yelling at me, no reason. Road rage here, boys. Just for $90, you can get yourself a motorbike from Huge's Motorbike Emporium. Buy it now because I'm pissed off. The biker yelled for what seemed to be like hours, when in reality, it was only 15 seconds. I decided that I had enough and tried to click off, but I couldn't. I couldn't even stop the video or turn off my computer. I tried pressing the off button, but had no effect. I was getting pissed off. Suddenly the video cut to show the red M&M beating the snot out of a poor man who looked like a carpet. The yellow M&M stared at the screen before saying, "You know something? That candy really amazes me." This is when the computer crashed completely. I was furious and I had to have some work done, or else my boss, Mr. Parks, will feed me to the shark that keeps it underground of his bunker in Soho. Now that annoyed me, most of the fact that I was actually had an antivirus software program installed on my computer. It was meant to save my computer in situations like this. Oops, my system's crashed, but I had an antivirus, I cried in despair. That's when the whole thing arrived in smoke. The person who was tormenting me for the last 3 years was, drumroll please, it was the Protegent man. The Protegent man landed in front of me and said, "Antivirus is not enough, you need Protegent," and those words lead into antivirus software. He then continued with, "Protegent is a virus?" Then without warning, Protegent man then climbed inside my monitor. As horrifying as it seems to have begun to happen, the computer started making horrible noises. It sounded like someone was jamming a paper shredder before pouring coffee into it. The screen on my monitor, while it just become a jumble of colors, an incredibly angry fisherman's face came on the screen and yelled, "Oh, wait till I get your shot, you short old man. Wait, I get my little foot up your arse." Then the Project Man then came out of the screen, and it was shown to be dancing with a weird bee-bear hybrid thing. The hybrid has a nasty voice, and it almost sounded demonic-like, "I am a bee-bear." I ended up throwing up a spear through the screen, breaking it instantly. Where did I get the spear from? Well, my friend's dad is sadly a story for another day. It's quite a funny story actually, involving some paintballing, but there's no time for that now. Now that I was lucky enough to have some money saved up in my account, which meant I then used to buy myself a new monitor, as well as a new computer, as I didn't have any trace of the Protegent man leaking into his monitor as well. This computer was faster and better than my old one. Sadly, the old habits die hard, and they stay in Germany, as I ended up going back up into that dodgy website, which of course led to my system crashing once again. The day after my system crashed, me and my best friend and possible lover Harris were drinking at a bar when he tried his best to persuade me into buying Protegent. "Harris, I've already told you my feelings towards that brand is antivirus software." Harris was not taking no for an answer and offered to install Protegent onto my computer for free. I agreed so Harris would shut up, so quite frankly, he was rather annoying son of a gun. Yes, his father was a gun, so sad. So Harris installed Protegent on my computer, and for a few minutes, everything seemed to be working fine. That is, of course, until a flash of smoke appeared behind me. It was Protegent Man, back at it again. Antivirus is not enough, you need Protegent. Protegent Man exclaimed happily as I muttered, but I thought Protegent was a virus. Harris just came in, holding an AK-47 and said, "Put your hands where I can see them, Protegent Man." "You need to die," Protegent Man proclaimed, as he made a large pit of spiders appear magically. Big ones, too. Harris was even furious and serious arachnophobia that he ended up taking a break from my front door to only have spiders swarm on top of him. "Get them off! Get them off!" Harris muttered as he consumed a river of spiders. "Harris!" I cried, at the top of my lungs as I grabbed Harris's AK-47 and started shooting at the Protegent Man, but it had no effect. "Protegent Man is invisible," Protegent Man proclaimed, as once again, he went inside my monitor and completely destroying it in the process. Every time I bought a computer, the same thing would happen to it regardless of if I had an antivirus or not. "Antivirus is not enough. You need Protegent," the Protegent Man would proclaim before he wrecked another computer. I tried turning the skates and even moving to Empire Bay. I got a job for a tax company, but Protegent Man was not far behind me. The night after moving, I got into bed, only to find Protegent Man was there, waiting for me. "Antivirus is not, you need—" "No!" I cried, before jumping out of my bedroom window. The fall would have killed me, but Protegent Man saved me in the nick of time. "Oh, for goodness sakes," I cried, as the Protegent Man responded with, "You need Protegent." I didn't need Protegent, I needed help. I started going to therapy, even though my therapist is corrupt and demands me to be paid over $9,000 a session. I just can't get it out of my life. I confessed to my therapist, said in a cold, dark voice, "Richard, you need Protegent." "What did you say?" I asked, before turning around to see that the therapist was really Protegent Man in disguise in the entire time. Funnily enough, I actually tried calling the police for assistance in the matter for the same thing to happen. Protegent Man was the policeman in disguise and began his usual speech about Protegent. I was getting desperate and tried moving again. I moved to Croydon, where I got a job at Big Pete's Christmas tree lot. Big Pete makes a lot of money from dodgy sides business when he's got that going on with Santa Claus, who supplies with him with free Christmas trees in exchange for a sneaky cut of the profits made from the sales of the trees. For a while everything was going well, and I even promoted to Pete's right-hand man and accountant. I was even able to buy myself a new computer. It was all going well until the one big day Big Pete told me to sell a tree to a man who had just arrived. I went up and the man said, "Can I help you, sir?" I then looked at the clipboard and I was holding as the man said, "Antivirus is not enough. You need Protegent." "Screw this," I yelled as I grabbed my flamethrower from my ass and tried to set the Protegent Man on fire. I chased him around the big lot while Big Pete tried to stop me. I ended up setting fire to the entire Christmas tree lot, effectively putting Big Pete out of business for good. He'd have to go back to stealing soup from Mickey and the gang while they tried to deliver the soup to Goofy, who was suffering from a bad cold. But then again, who cares about Big Pete anyway, right? I, for one, certainly don't, but then I can't speak for you. Can I, dear reader? When I got home that night, I found Protegent Man standing up by my computer. "What do you want with me? Why can't you just leave me alone?" Protegent Man pointed at me and said, "I'll never leave. You shouldn't have installed Protegent. Protegent is a virus." He then went on destroying the computer as well, because of course he freaking did. I tried jumping out of the window again, only once again, Protegent Man to save me. I don't know what to do. Protegent man just won't leave me be. A part of me has gotten used to him being there. I got a new job in a bank, which smells of clams. I also discovered that one day my boss was really just a Protegent man in disguise. He followed me everywhere. Job interviews, dates, my even own freaking wedding, and even my 100th birthday. He was there. Protegent never dies. Protegent is always there. It was a virus and it will soon take you too. Please don't ever install Protegent. If you install Protegent, well, I'm very sorry to say, but it's far too late for you. Protegent man will never leave your side. Every time you buy a new computer or laptop, he'll get out of his way to destroy it. No matter how far you go, he'll always get you in the end, like he did with me, and like he did with Harris. You can't even do yourself in because Protegent man will always save you. Even if you shoot yourself in the face, he'll somehow be able to revive you. You're practically made immortal by that dreaded beast. I never thought that one antivirus software could cause so much trouble. I should have turned Harris down when he offered to install it onto my computer. I should have said no. I should have said ran away and get caught with a plane in Lost Haven and settled my affairs. I should have done something else. I just hope that you won't have to follow in my footsteps by installing Protegent. Well, this story was definitely something. And that, my pretties, was I've bought Protegent. I don't recommend it. I guess you could say a funny pasta written by Matthew Bumford. My final thoughts on this story? I definitely have to say this story was honestly a very pretty good funny pasta. Now, I could definitely say right now that this one was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. This story was honestly really hilarious, especially with the whole, if you install Protegent, it's basically a virus on the computer. I mean, yeah, this is honestly gonna be giving you a little bit of a life lesson of, why you shouldn't trust, certain, antiviruses. I know there's a lot of them, but still, you definitely could find a lot of, messed up stuff. So, yeah, that's actually one reason I'm gonna sit here and say, I mean, I still found this story to be enjoyable. Matthew Bumford, this story was honestly really funny. I thought this one was awesome, and you did a pretty good job with this story. This story was honestly super funny. Oh my god, this one was pretty funny, especially after I, took a look. It was funny. I definitely have to say, this story was definitely a very funny pasta. Yeah. I mean, this story was awesome. It was so funny. I really found this one to be very enjoyable in a sense. I really have to say. Yeah. I really do like how well the grammar is good and all that. I still really thought this one was really funny. I love the storyline and the characters of how they acted. It was just very funny. And to quote Drew Pickles, it was very swell, if you get the idea by swell, because, it's good. Well, I really do find this story to be enjoyable. Very good story. This is on the Geoshia Lost Episode Wiki, and if you guys want to read this one, feel free to narrate it or read it, whatever works for you guys. This one, I really found this one to be really good. It's a very funny story, and I really like it. So, yeah, I know I haven't read any of Matthew Bumford's stories in a long time, so I thought, you know what, why not narrate this one? Because I know he wrote it, so, yeah, pretty good story. And I am going to try and get to more of Matthew Bumford's stories. I know I haven't had time to do them because my life's just been gone busy in that, but I'm going to try and get to more of them if I can, whenever I can, so, yeah. Anyways, I guess with that being said, what did you guys think about the... Oh, yeah. This is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine, too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these funny pastas, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. A very good funny pasta. It's definitely enjoyable. I really do enjoy narrating this. I would go ahead and narrate this again. That's how good the story is. I can narrate this, 14, maybe over 9,000 times. It's that good. So, that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed this story. And it's just my opinion. So, anyways, you feel free to disagree with me if you want. That's perfectly fine. I respect your opinion. Anyways, I guess with that being said, what did you guys think about this story? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better, feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.